You think I could do it?
Do what? Be black?
Yeah. In the future. Do I have what it takes or not?
Fuck no. But I tell you what, man.
Damn, bro. Come on, bro.
You've done some great things in life, but fuck no.
Yeah, my dad, man, I remember he used to do this game, too. He would put us on our belly. My dad would put me on my belly on the ground, or on a carpet, indoor ground. And he put change. He'd get as much change as he had in his pocket, and he'd put it on my back. And he'd say, okay, if you could get up and without any change falling off your back, you can keep the change. If you can kind of turn around and get... And it's impossible. I never could do it, and I would get furious, and I would never get any money from him. And he also never even, I don't think, paid child support later on. Dude, I was thinking they should have more animals, right? How many animals do they have? 70 animals? Like, that's sometimes that's one of my issues with God is, bruh, bake another batch, daddy. You know, I told the man about the church. I remember when I was probably 24, I told this man, I was in South Carolina, and I went in there to the little booth or whatever, the photo booth or whatever, wherever you tell the man the stuff you've been doing that's wrong. And I said, damn, baby boy, you know, I didn't say it just like that, but I said, you know, DBB, you know, Your Honor. I said, I've been having, you know, jock itch. You know what I'm saying? I've been scratching right around the old devil's appendix, man, my nuts. And, man, honestly, I think the guy wanted to see my damn nuts, dude. It was, I mean, you know, some of these churches, when you stop by in the daytime, that's when the real shady stuff can happen. We had a boy in our town, boy, this dude, little Chico, they called him. And he was black. I guess he was like a young black gentleman. Or he might have been just kind of dark Mexican. You know, kind of like, dark Mexican. And he would get out there, and if a storm was coming, he'd get out there with a sword, bruh. This dude, he was fearless. He'd be out there battling the wind, because, you know, in Louisiana, they get them gusts. And a gust will hit you at 40 miles an hour and fucking tickle your ass real hard. Like a pervy uncle, bruh. A lot of people know that I've, you know, beat Down syndrome when I was born, and I've had a lot of, you know, I've had interactions. I'll tell you, actually, I feel bad about this, but when I was in third grade or first grade, and who knows which one it was. I mean, nobody really, you know, nobody ever knows really. And they had next to us was special education. And I would sneak in there and steal. They had these kind of orange slices. My grandmother got me on some of the soap operas. And a soap opera is something basically where it's like a lot of, I guess it's kind of where people, they fantasize, I think, about having sex with somebody else. But instead of doing that, they just watch a soap opera and have a snack. In my neighborhood, this boy, Small Allen, and he, you know, I mentioned him before. He was not a neighbor, but, you know, could have been a neighbor if he'd have lived closer kind of person. And and he was small. I mean, damn, you could barely, he'd play hide and seek for a month, 6 weeks. You know, he was the only one, if we were playing hide and seek, you'd see him, you know, get a bunch of food and stuff, because it was going to be, he's going to be out there for a while. He's so small. He hide in a bird's nest or something. You know, you'd be looking around for everybody, and you hear somebody fighting with a bird in a tree. And that would be Small up there. Just going, just wing the fist with a damn sparrow or a, you know, a daytime nightingale. I have Native American in me. Okay? I probably got half a pint. Okay, I probably got half a pint. I probably got 6 teaspoons of Chippewa or something. Daddy's got it in him. I can feel it sometimes in the middle of the night. You know, I'll hear something outside. I'll hear something about 40 paces away. And I don't use the term paces very often.
I'll say it. I will say it. God, dude, the fucking French, man. People are rude in France, man. I said hello to a guy. He said no.
Give us a tough word. Let's have a little spelling bee.
All right.
Renaissance.
Me or him?
The fair or the motel?
Fair.
All right. RENAISSANCE.
No.
Renaissance.
RENNAISSANCE.
Just one N.
He's right. You got it.
Well, it's also you have two N's in your name, so you probably were. It's like
I was sure it was two N's. I was so sure.
if you got a Robin Hood a little. You know, when I used to do checkout at the groceries, I tell you, when the rich people would come through, I'd scan one box of cereal. I'd scan it 3 or 4 times. They didn't notice. They had 3 carts. They had 2 kids, all of the kids beautiful. One of the kids had on a sterling bracelet one time, sterling silver, 40 carats or something, 50 carats. Like, damn, this kid was fucking 9 months old. I'm like, look at this kid. Over here got dressed up like, dang, you got wrists like Willie Nelson. Dude had a bunch of damn beautiful turquoise hitters on his wrists. And the kid barely could hold up a cabbage off his chest, 9 months old. And these people got that money. So I would, I'd scan their box of cereal 3 times. And then when the mother come through and she only got a couple chives in there, and she got a kid on one, she got a kid on each chit, and one of them's kind of a little bit jaundiced. I would say, hey, they had 3 boxes of cereal. I would scan it one, just scan one. My register came out even. Well, I don't know if you know, if you don't have any black friends, then you never seen how black men can really get into some ribs. Dude, black guys should be orthopedic, bone doctors or something. I'm surprised there's not more black surgeons, because you see a black dude get into a thing of ribs, bruh. Like, dang, dude. I didn't even know they had all of that in there. A black guy will crack a rib open and they got meat in there. First of all, get a black friend and then order him half a rack of ribs and see what he does. That dude will have them bitches dry at the end of it. Not a meat, not a gristle. A black man could dip a rib that he ate into a fish tank and not even a little fish, not one fish will swim up to even look for anything because there's nothing on it. They had a man next door, kind of an older guy. And I don't want to say a pervert, but he always said his zipper on his pants didn't work well. So, you can you could get you could get a stencil and some markers and draw your own conclusion on that. This man, he would always say, come see the mouse, Y'all want to go to Disney World, come see the mouse. And you get by him and he had a little mouse in his hand, a little bitty mouse, For me, I have a higher power. And I want to be able to, to access that higher power better. And it's all up to me, being willing to let go of control. And so it's a constant battle because I want to be in control, That's my ego. I want to run the show, but it feels nice to let it go, man, It's like having one of those, those electric things that clean your pool or clean your floor. You can leave. You can leave and go do whatever. You can be gone. And that thing's still working, and that's something that I think is pretty powerful, just to know that there can be something out there that has your back, and that's brave. It's brave to not get stuck in your own loneliness. My favorite type of weed was cocaine. You'd see me snorting a bowl of weed, get that little that Thanksgiving for your snout, Daddy. I'm talking about cocaine. Dude, I remember I had some good cocaine one time over there in Tucson, Arizona. Hell, I put 2 grams in my car. It was out of gas. And that bitch ran for a half an hour. The headlights wouldn't work, but hey, you can't have it all, Daddy. You can't have it all, and that's God, man. My friends are alcoholics, and I'm competitive. So I have a couple tequilas, right? And tequila, let's be honest, like pouring Mexico right into your body, okay? I mean, make you jump a fence, make you buy a gun, make you run across a highway with your family, make you knock a woman up, make you knock a woman down, okay? Olay, Janet, Dude, I always wanted to make like this kind of weird kind of Japanese-style game show where you get 2 guys to two just real rural fellas, people that are just, that believe mostly in cum, and they just eat as much as they want, right, for a couple days. And then you sit them up each in like a tree,
and they both like defecate down like onto a scale, right? And whoever does the most wins like something.
Whoever shits the most.
Yeah. I remember the first day in our neighborhood, this dude Milford was fighting this senior citizen right in the street. Mr. Polito was his name, and he threw him into a fucking ditch fire. Yeah, and he threw him right in that bitch, dude. And then, bro, here's the craziest part. He fucking came out that bitch, dog.
On fire?
Yeah, people were fucking cheering.
Did he stop, drop, and roll, or just go right back
He
into
went
the scrap?
straight at him, dude. He was like 200% Italian. He went straight fucking at him, bro. I mean, and people were so excited. People were just fucking and drinking Dr. Pepper, fucking and losing their shit.
Crazy.
And
how do people break in if they don't know what their niche is?
Yeah, I think sometimes just trying to share what's going on with you. I think not having a plan. Sometimes one of the problems is after a certain point, there's too much material in a space where you can't help but imitate it. So that's why a new thing has to come along.
You gotta disrupt. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta have it, or you have to have that new thing that comes. So it's sometimes you're just waiting for that new thing.
Dude,
it's like
you're that really well said. Because every
damn,
time,
thanks, man.
No, you're right. Every time I see whether it's a project, a person, a podcast, blow up, it really makes sense. That makes sense. It's like, wow, that person was always meant to be there, and that niche, that area hasn't been filled, and here they are and that's why they're there. Like it usually never surprises me.
Relax. A lot of Filipinos over there. You know, a lot of Hawaiians are low-key Filipinos.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's remarkable, man. I met so many Filipinos, man. They're great, huh?
Oh, I love Filipinos.
Fuck, they're good.
Well, you know, I
How
play
did
a lot
they
of
do
pool.
it?
They're just friendly people, man.
Oh.
Real friendly people.
If I die, or whenever I die, I am going to. I want the last person I see to be Filipino.
Really?
Easily. Who do you want to see, you think?
Why Filipino?
You telling me you're dying, right? You're
Right.
like, oh, gosh. And then some guy's like, hello. My name's Joey. My name's
Joey's a common Filipino name.
Joey, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sonny. They have like kind
Sonny?
of easy
Yeah.
names, you know?
Yeah, friendly names.
Happy names, yeah.
Happy names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. You'd be like, okay. Well, the game was you and a buddy, you'd grab each other's wiener.
Right.
Penis, they call it.
In those days.
Some of you guys call it penis. But yeah, you'd grab it, and the first person to get an erection lost the game.
Right.
So it's like arm wrestling for
It's the stupidest fucking game.
No, it's not.
No.
Simple.
I mean, it is.
Did you
what
win?
it
Did you
is,
ever
dude.
win, or did you
Huh?
lose? Did you lose a lot, or did you win a lot?
Oh, I did real well one season.
What is the gay chicken season? What does that go from?
It's more of a win. It's more, I would say it's an autumn game.
Yeah.
I would say it's kind of.
Well, that's
runs-
so. I think I can see it now. All the leaves changing colors, and just the two of you. What do you play with neighbors or the teams?
No,
or?
you just got. I mean, we only had about 7 guys that played in our little bracket or whatever, but they had.
You know what's weird? You know what's interesting? You have 7 guys in your bracket, yet it's a 2-man game.
Yeah.
And so there's an odd number.
Oh yeah.
Does it have to be 2-man? Can't you like do it in a circle?
Oh come on, lady.
No.